Winnie and I agreed that it was beautifully filmed.
Yes.
She really didn't like it for
Yeah.
a number of reasons.
Yeah. What were her reasons?
Well, one of the reasons she really didn't like it is just the suspension of disbelief. Like, you can't hypnotize someone to kill themselves. You can't hypnotize someone to do something they wouldn't ordinarily do. Now, I could see that maybe he was easily susceptible and he wanted to go into the alternate life. So he was susceptible, but not his actress wife. Right. She couldn't do what he does. But that's all Whitney.
Oh, because the way it ended. Yeah.
Well, just because that she wouldn't do that.
Yeah, she wasn't. You could see that he was a weak personality. Once he became himself with the hoodie, his hunched body, his body language, the prostitutes.
Me, I'm like, well, that's sort of the point of the movie. So you just have to suspend your disbelief, and the whole point of it is the revenge aspect.
Right. Yeah.
And so I thought it was interesting. She also didn't like it was so slow paced, but I was like, look, they could have made you sit there for a year like he did. That was the reason, right? That slow pace was him going through an entire year of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of liked the movie for what it was.
Yeah.
Because of that pacing, and then also there's so many details, like after he came out of it, all the black and white and the reds were gone, and it was this stark, ugly. You notice he had a pimple?
Yeah.
Only at the end in real life.
Yeah.
He didn't have it when. So
because then he was wearing stage makeup, which I didn't catch. My husband caught. If you think about early in the movie, his lips were red.
Yeah, but for a year.
And then all of a sudden at the end, he's really pale.
Oh yeah, no, everything was different. It was real life.
Yeah.
It wasn't a movie.
Yeah.
So the other thing is though, it was really evil what he did.
It was.
That was. I mean, that was uncomfortable. Going, can I accept this? Is this like a bad movie because of how evil he is? Or do I just go with it?
Marcus's take is that he was a misogynistic man anyway, because he kept choking all these women. Every time he had an encounter with a woman, he choked her.
Look what he did to his girlfriend, fiancé at the end.
And even his fiancé said, we never had a good relationship anyway.
And then, you can understand what happened to her, and he couldn't. He yelled at her.
Yeah, and he walks around like a gangbanger, with the jeans and the hoodie and his head, and his whole... Physically, he became this hunched over, kind of closed up
jerk
guy. I just thought lacking in any kind of self-confidence. And of course, he wanted this other guy's life because he was confident, he had a suit on, he had a nice wife, all that stuff. So.
And then the other thing that Whitney pointed out that I don't get, if you guys get it for me, so there was a private eye looking for him. But why was he messing with him? Yeah, I've been screwing with him. Why did all of that happen? Why did the private eye kidnap that girl? There were so many things with that
nobody could, like the prostitutes. Like, what was with the prostitutes? And the mafia, which showed up and
I think they had her come in though, because in the end, when he came back to himself, the first thing he did is go to a couple of prostitutes. So I think the guy was trying to give him a clue to who.
Like this is kind of who you are.
So, but that was his friend.
Yeah.
That got the prostitute. That was a friend of his from the mafia. It is kind of maybe.
So then, was he himself mafia related?
Oh,
what was his real name? It was Sergio. It was a sort of Spanish sounding name, and that was one thing. One of my friends was like, I just couldn't believe he had that would be his name, like Victor or Sergio or whatever his name was. Bye.